Two local high school students are headed off to college this fall. These young women have proven how hard they've worked and joined us this morning. Nawi Abigail Gonzalez, Mian, and Nagazi Alabeke are recipients of the Stockton Scholars ABC 10 Scholarship, and they're here to share what inspired them to continue their studies. And we're going to start off with you, Nawi. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I wanted to ask you, what does it mean to you to be a Stockton Scholar?
For me, what it means to be a Stockton Scholar is that you're able to look at the possibilities instead of focusing on the impossibilities and to move forward in that way.
I love that. And Nawi, what college will you be attending this fall?
I'm attending California State University Stanislaus.
Ooh, are you excited?
Yes, I've been very excited.
And Nawi, you immigrated to the U.S. from Mexico as a baby, and although you grew up with your peers, you still felt like you couldn't do the same things they were doing. What did you mean by that?
Absolutely. So when, as an undocumented person, you realize that there are a lot of barriers, there are a lot of people who tell you that you can't do things because of your status. And throughout time, you really begin to realize that the only person who's putting limitations on yourself is you. Mm-hmm. And when you remove those barriers, you're able to focus on doing more things than you thought of previously.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to see you thriving as the young woman individual that you are. And I want to bring in Nagazi into the conversation. You're also a Stockton Scholar recipient. What inspired you to apply for this scholarship?
Yeah, so for me, the mission of Stockton Scholars is really who I am. As a young person growing up in Stockton, understanding that education was the one way that I could utilize all the resources and transform my life. And so returning back to Stockton, I was able to say, how will I be able to make the most impact? What organizations serving as tools and advocates for students to change and transform their lives? Stockton Scholars was it. And so I applied to the scholarship, hope funds to further my education, and I would also be able to continue on the story built.
And Nagazi, what college will you be attending in the fall?
Yes, so I college Dublin in Dublin, Ireland, and I'll be finishing up in the fall.
Oh my goodness, well that's so exciting. We're excited for you and being an example and a great way to put a spotlight on Stockton. And I want to ask Nawi, what would you like to say to students who may find it difficult to transition to college or accomplish their goals?
There are going to be people that are going to look down on you because of your background, because they don't understand. And while there may be negative parts of your community or of your background, there's also so much to offer that people don't recognize. And so you have to make people recognize that positive energy, that greatness that your community can provide. And I hope that others will be able to focus on that positivity instead.
Yeah, it's almost like needing to drown out the negativity that may come from others and even yourself. And Nawi, what are your plans for the future? We know you're going to college. Do you know what you want to major in and hopefully excel in moving forward?
I'm majoring in child development and in psychology. And I'm debating after college whether I'm going to go towards my master's or earn my teaching credential. I really want to provide back to my community in that way that my teachers were able to provide for me as well.
Oh, that's exciting to hear. And Nagazi, I also wanted to ask you, what are your plans for the future? As you're going to college, do you know what you're planning to major in as well?
Most definitely. So I am actually participating in my second master. Undergraduate, I studied biology, and my first master's, I studied global health and development. And now I'm studying race, migration, and decolonial studies, which is seated in the School of Sociology. My PhD in development.
Oh my goodness. And Gazi and Nawi, you ladies are both doing amazing things, and we're so excited to watch your journeys from afar. And we're going to meet more Stockton Scholars this month, and for more information, visit stocktonscholars.org.